Hello and welcome to OK, News 24's Good Morning segment. It's Friday, July 25th, 2025, and we've got a show packed with incredible stories. Today marks the 25th anniversary of the tragic Concorde disaster, a moment that changed air travel forever. In that spirit, we're diving into our special segment, It Happened Today. We'll look back at some of the most fascinating, groundbreaking, and even bizarre events that happened on this very day in history. From revolutionary inventions to dramatic battles and a few famous birthdays, it's a whirlwind tour through time. So get comfortable. Our journey through July 25th starts now. Let's kick things off in 1814, northeast England, at the Killingworth Colliery. George Stephenson, a true engineering genius, was about to change the world with his steam locomotive, the Blucher. It wasn't the first steam engine, but it was the first to use flanged wheels, simple but revolutionary. Before Stephenson, people thought smooth wheels would just spin on rails, so they built complicated machines with cogs and racks. Stephenson realized the engine's own weight could provide enough grip, adhesion, and he was right. The Blucher could haul 30 tons of coal at 4 miles per hour, not fast, but powerful enough to replace horses in the mines. This proved steam-powered rail transport was practical and efficient. Stephenson's success laid the tracks for the railway revolution, leading to the world's first public steam railway. Next time you catch a train, thank George Stephenson, the man who made it all possible. He didn't just build an engine, he built the future. The little engine that could and did. A true legend. Let's move on. Fast forward to 1848. Europe is in turmoil and Italy is fighting for independence. The Kingdom of Sardinia-Piedmont, led by King Charles Albert, faced off against Austria near Custoza. The Italians were confident but up against Field Marshal Radetzky, a master strategist. The battle was brutal and chaotic, with the Piedmontese outmaneuvered and ultimately crushed. Over 8,000 Italian casualties, 5,500 Austrian, an enormous price. King Charles Albert was forced to retreat and sign an armistice, ending the first phase of the war. The dream of a unified Italy would have to wait. Passion alone doesn't win wars, you need strategy too. A sobering lesson from history. Onward. Let's lift the mood. 1909, the world is obsessed with flight. French aviator Louis Blériot, injured but undeterred, set out to fly across the English Channel for a £1,000 prize. His fragile Blériot 7 monoplane had a tiny engine and no compass. Lost in fog, he navigated by instinct, hoping to spot England. After a tense flight, he finally saw the white cliffs of Dover and landed, crash landing, but safe. In just 37 minutes, he made history as the first to fly across the Channel. Blériot became an international hero overnight. His flight proved the airplane was a serious machine for travel. Britain was no longer just an island. Aviation had arrived, a leap for technology and for human daring. Next story. 1927. Italy loses a trailblazer. Matilde Serao. In a male-dominated world, she founded and directed her own daily newspaper, Il Giorno, in Naples. Her writing was passionate, vivid, and deeply connected to the people of Naples. She tackled tough subjects, voiced strong opinions, and never backed down. Nominated for the Nobel Prize 6 times, she paved the way for women in journalism. Serao proved a woman's voice belonged on the front page. Her legacy endures, a true pioneer. Let's keep going. 1943, World War II, and Italy is in crisis. Mussolini's own Grand Council of Fascism plotted to remove him, blaming his alliance with Hitler for Italy's ruin. At a tense meeting, Dino Grandi presented a motion to restore the king's powers, effectively ousting Mussolini. The vote passed. Mussolini was stunned. The next day, King Victor Emmanuel III fired and arrested him. 21 years of fascist rule ended in a single day, a pivotal moment in the war sparked by his own inner circle. Sometimes history turns on a single meeting. Italy would never be the same. On to the next chapter. 1956. Off Nantucket, Two ocean liners, SS Andrea Doria and MS Stockholm, collided in thick fog. Both ships had radar, but confusion and a fatal last-minute turn led to disaster. The Stockholm's bow tore into Andrea Doria, flooding decks and knocking out power. Half the lifeboats were unusable. Panic set in. Over 1,700 people were on board. Rescue ships raced to the scene. Miraculously, more than 1,660 were saved. 46 died. Andrea Doria sank the next morning. The tragedy led to major changes in maritime safety and radar training. A haunting lesson from the sea. Let's move forward. 1978, Oldham, England. Louise Brown is born, the world's first test tube baby. Her parents, after years of infertility, put their hope in IVF pioneers Robert Edwards and Patrick Steptoe. The procedure was controversial, but Louise's birth proved IVF worked. The world's media went wild. This tiny baby represented hope for millions. Edwards later won the Nobel Prize for his work. Louise's birth opened the door for countless families. Science changed lives forever, a miracle of modern medicine. 1984, Soviet cosmonaut Svetlana Savitskaya becomes the first woman to walk in space. On her second mission, she floated outside the Salyut 7 space station for over 3 hours. She and her crewmate tested tools and performed real work in open space. Her achievement was a huge moment for women in science and space exploration. It showed the world that women belonged among the stars. Savitskaya smashed a celestial glass ceiling, an inspiration for generations. The sky is not the limit. 2000. Outside Paris. The Concorde disaster. A piece of metal on the runway burst a tire, sending debris into the fuel tank. Fire erupted as the plane took off. The pilots fought to control it. In less than 2 minutes, the Concorde crashed into a hotel, killing all 109 on board and 4 on the ground. The crash grounded the Concorde fleet and ended the era of supersonic passenger travel. A chain of unlikely events brought down a legend. The dream of the white bird was over, a tragic turning point in aviation we remember. Time for some birthdays. First up, Italian TV legend Gigi Marzullo turns 72, host of Sottovoce. He's famous for his deep, quirky questions and late-night wisdom. His sign-off, "Ask yourself a question and give yourself an answer," is iconic. Gigi's been a comforting intellectual presence on Italian screens for decades, parodied, beloved, and always genuine. Buon compleanno, Gigi. May your questions stay profound. Let's celebrate more. Next, happy 62nd birthday to Sabina Guzzanti, Italy's fearless satirist. She's known for her sharp political comedy and biting impersonations. Her show Riot was pulled for criticizing Berlusconi, but she turned it into a hit documentary. Sabina uses humor to challenge power and provoke thought. She's been sued, censored, but never silenced. A vital, hilarious voice in Italian culture. Happy birthday, Sabina! And a big 56th birthday to Paolo Kesisoglu, half of the comedy duo Luca e Paolo. With sharp wit and perfect timing, Paolo's made Italy laugh for decades. From Le Iene to hosting Sanremo, he's a TV staple. He's also a passionate activist for Genoa. Paolo's humor and heart make him a beloved figure. Tanti auguri, Paolo. Here's to more years of laughter. One last thing. And that's a wrap. From steam trains to spacewalks, what a journey through July 25th. Every day is packed with stories of ingenuity, tragedy, and triumph. Thanks for joining us on OK News 24's Good Morning segment. If you enjoyed this trip through history, hit subscribe and join us again tomorrow. Have a fantastic Friday and we'll see you soon. Cheerio.